The congregational prayer. Although the prayer can be offered alone, it is desirable that it be offered in congregation and, if possible, in a place of worship. For this very purpose, the Prophet built a mosque as soon as he reached Medina, and with this the practice of building mosques in all localities and settlements of Muslims was initiated. Praying in a mosque and showing diligence in praying in congregation is a highly rewarding practice, earning the blessings of the Almighty. Though women are exempted from this, men should not deprive themselves of this without any valid reason. Following is the prescribed way of offering the congregational prayer. A. Before this prayer, the azan shall be called out so that people are also able to join the prayer after hearing this call. The words which the Prophet has prescribed for the azan are Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, Hayya ala salah, Hayya ala al-falah, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. God is the greatest. I bear witness that there is no God besides Him. I bear witness that Muhammad is God's messenger. Come towards the prayer. Come towards salvation. God is the greatest. There is no God besides Him. B. If there is only one follower, he will stand adjacent to the Imam on his right side, and if there are many followers, they shall stand behind him, and he shall stand in the center ahead of them. C. The Iqamah shall be called before the prayer begins. All the words of the azan shall be uttered in it. However, after Hayya al-falah, the words Qad qamatis salah, which means the prayer is ready to be offered, shall be said by the person who says the Iqamah. D. The words of the azan can be repeated more than once for the purpose they are said. E. The words of the Iqamah also can similarly be repeated if there is a need. In case a person makes a mistake or thinks that he has made a mistake in the utterances and practices of the prayer, the amendment prescribed as a sunnah is that if amends can be made for the mistake, then they should be made and 2 prostrations should be offered before ending the prayer. And if making amends is not possible, then only the prostrations should be offered. The Friday prayer. On Friday it has been made incumbent upon Muslims to pray in congregation at the time of the Zohar prayer and in place of it. Following is the prescribed way for it. A. There are 2 rakat of this prayer. B. In contrast with the Zohar prayer, the recital shall not be silent in both its rakat. C. The Iqamah shall be called before the prayer. D. Before the prayer, the Imam shall deliver 2 sermons to remind and urge people about various teachings of Islam. He shall deliver these sermons while standing. The Imam shall sit for a short while after he ends the first sermon and shall then stand up to deliver the second one. E. The azan for the prayer shall be recited when the Imam reaches the place where he is to deliver the sermon. F. As soon as the azan is said, it is incumbent upon all Muslim men to leave all their involvements and come to the mosque if they have no excuse. G. The sermon shall be delivered and the prayer shall be led by the rulers of the Muslims, and this prayer shall only be offered at places which have been specified by them or where a representative of theirs is present to lead the prayer. The Eid prayer. On the days of Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr, it is essential for the Muslims that they arrange a collective prayer like that of the Friday prayer. It should be offered between the time of sunrise and the sun's descent. Following is the prescribed way in which it should be offered. A. This prayer shall consist of 2 rakat. B. In both rakat, the recital shall be loud. C. While standing in qiyam, some additional takbirs shall be recited. D. Neither will there be any azan for the prayer nor Iqamah. E. After the prayer, the Imam shall deliver 2 sermons to remind and urge people regarding the basic message of Islam. Both these sermons shall be delivered with the Imam standing. He shall sit for a while in between the 2. F. Like the Friday prayer, this prayer too shall be led and its sermon delivered by the rulers of the Muslims and their representatives, and it shall be offered only at those places which have been specified by them, where either they or their representatives are present to lead the prayer. The funeral prayer. In the religion of the prophets, the prayer for a deceased is held obligatory. Once the dead body of the deceased is bathed and enshrouded, this prayer shall be offered in the following manner. People shall stand in rows behind the Imam while placing the dead body between themselves and the Qibla. The prayer shall begin by saying the takbir and by raising hands. Like the Eid prayer, some additional takbirs shall be said in this prayer. The prayer shall end after the salam is said while a person is standing once the takbirs and the supplications have been offered. This refers to the minimum obligatory worship related to the prayer. However, the Quran says that he who did some virtuous act out of his own desire, God will accept it. Similarly, it is stated in the Quran that help should be sought from perseverance and from the prayer in times of hardship. Consequently, while complying with these directives, Muslims, besides offering the obligatory prayers, show diligence and vigilance in offering optional prayers. The details of such optional prayers which the Prophet ﷺ offered or urged others to offer can be looked up in various hadith narratives.